guys, Lori here. I'm here to do my start my Readathon vlog for you guys. This is the Readathon that I'm hosting most likely with the people in my book club, but pretty much just me and a few friends. And I'm doing a readathon from supposed to be starting at 6:30 to 2 o'clock in the new year to really bang out some reads, finish reading Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and start reading a couple of other books. So my tentative plan for tomorrow definitely is to finish reading Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I have literally a chapter left, so I'm so close, and I have to finish listening to the podcast that I'm listening to with it. And I would also love to, by the end of tomorrow, finish reading The Sorcerer's Heir by Cinda Williams Chima. I'm on page 258, and according to Goodreads, that is 50% of the book that is done. I just finished watching the live show that Alexa, Madeline, Jane Lindsay, and Super Space Chick all hosted. That was super fun. That's what I was doing before I was back here. But yeah, so I'm gonna hopefully try to read a little bit more tonight. Actually, a lot more tonight. It's about to be 9 o'clock. I don't really have much to do tomorrow. I have to go to a doctor's appointment. And my cousin got really sick, so I won't be seeing her tomorrow. And I have 2 more days off before I go back to school. So I really want to try to utilize those days as much as I can. But yeah, so I'll check back in before I go to bed and let you know how much more progress I've made. But right now I'm on page 258. So I'll check back in later. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. I'm here with a very exciting announcement. I have finally finished my reread of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Woo! I finished it right under the wire. It is about to be 12 o'clock on New Year's Eve, and I just finished it. I started this reread a year and a half ago. I started in August 2017, and it took me so long to read this book because I had so many other things to read. If you've not been following me for this whole entire 2 years, what I have been doing is I have been rereading the entire Harry Potter series along with the Aloha Mora podcast. So after every chapter you read, you listen to like an hour and a half podcast. And I really it was so slow going. I was listening to so many other things. So I finally decided to restart my reread about 6 months or 3 months ago or 4 months ago when MuggleCast started to do chapter by chapter of this book. But at that point, I was like, I have 10 chapters left. They have not finished it yet. But I was like, I'm just going to go and I'm going to finish it. I just finished it. This book was never my favorite, but I'm actually growing to appreciate it a lot more. I really love Book Ginny. I don't think I ever knew how much I loved Book Ginny, but I do love Book Ginny. I love Book Ginny and Harry's relationship. I love how this mystery was really so different than every other mystery in the Harry Potter series, because for the first time ever, Harry knew the answers to the mystery and no one believed him. I thought that was super interesting. And I just love the balance between the darker side of these books and also the lighter sides of these books. I thought there was a really nice juxtaposition between those two types of storytelling. I'm so excited to dive into Deathly Hallows in 2019, and I'm really excited to continue reading that. But right now, also with The Sorcerer's Heir, I am on page 326. I'm about 64% done with this book. I have about 200 pages left. I think it's doable to finish. I'm really going to spend a lot of my day today reading because I want to start 2019 with a new read. But yeah, I will catch you guys up when I make some more progress, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, I'm checking back in. It's 12:41, and I just read 50 more pages of The Sorcerer's Heir. This book is super interesting because basically the way that this series was broken down is broken into 2 series, basically. It was the Heir series, which was Warrior, Wizard, and Dragonair. And that was like one pretty consistent story. And this story was totally different. It follows 2 different characters, Jonah and Emma. And at the start of this series, or right before this series started, there was a chemical, like a poisoning attack, that basically took out half of the were population that lived in this community. And the people that did not die, which was most of all the adults passed away, and all that the kids that survived were affected with crippling poison that affected their powers and their werestones. And now you're getting to the bottom of who caused this poisoning and what happened. So now Jonah is trying to uncover what happened. There was a murder at the start of this book that people are trying to figure out the identity of the murder. So it's actually like two very separate mysteries, and I'll be super curious to see how they like connect to each other. I'm now on page 300. I'm gonna hopefully finish it today, but I'm gonna probably like check in every 50 pages. But I'm curious to see how these two mysteries like tie together. So yeah, I'm watching some back episodes of Fuller House on Netflix because I've seen them all before, just to have some background noise. But yeah, I'm really liking this, and this is a nice book to end my year with because I started this series back in January. So I'll check back in when I read a little bit more. Talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm checking back in. I just got up to page 400 in The Sorcerer's Heir by Cinda Williams Chima. The one thing I like about this book series is that you do get like a lot of different perspectives. Like there's never a perspective that is like off limits to you, which I think is really interesting. So right now we're going back into Emma, and she's about to get some more facts about her dad, which I think is really interesting. And I'm really enjoying this book. It's definitely, and these chapters, even though these chapters are reading kind of fast, which is actually kind of good. So I'll check back in when I get to 50 pages. I really can't say a lot about this book because I don't honestly want to spoil that much for you guys, especially because I'm getting like towards the end. But it's definitely like a paranormal, like a urban fantasy book. That's what I would call this one. This one I would say was like more like an urban fantasy with a lot of different point of views, and I definitely do recommend that you read the whole entire series, even though you could probably read The Enchanted Heir and The Sorcerer as a duology. But I do recommend you guys have the history of the other 3 books. But I'll check back in when I read another more 50 pages and let you guys know my thoughts about at that point. Hey guys, Lori here. I just wound up finishing Sorcerer's Heir by Cinda Williams Chima. This book was about 546 pages, so I actually was able to finish half of it today, which is really good, and I'm super proud of myself. So I'm going to take some break from reading. I'm going to do a little bit of a workout, go get some food, and then I'm going to come back and probably dive into Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. So I will see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, I'm back. I'm about to start Truly Devious, and I just wanted to check back in. Overall, I really loved The Sorcerer's Heir. I thought it was a great conclusion to that series. I'm really happy that that was my last read of 2018, and I'm excited for 2019, but I'm going to go start Truly Devious, and I'll probably update a few more times as it gets closer to midnight. My goal is to read until midnight and probably past midnight, but yeah, I'll check back in when I'm a little bit into Truly Devious. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. It's 8:30 on New Year's Eve, and I am about 2 chapters into Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. It so far seems really interesting. I normally love murder mysteries or like, mysteries or games or books with like twists and stuff. I've only read like a chapter, so I know that there is a special school that was developed by this gentleman, and it's a very, very prestigious school, but then there has been murders that are happening on campus. That's like the farthest that I get, and now I think we're going into the future or the current time with a girl named Stevie. So it's all I've read so far, but so far I'm pretty intrigued and I want to keep reading. So I'll check in with you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, Laura here. I'm back. It is my last full day off of my break, which is exciting because I'm ready to go back to school. I think I prepped myself as much as I possibly could when you're a teacher, but I'm also going to miss my reading that I've been doing because it has felt so good to just sit, relax, and read. But I did read a little bit more last night before the ball dropped, and now I'm on page, let's see, where am I at? I think I'm at like 22%. It's loading. I think, yeah, I'm at 28% of Truly Devious. It's basically right now it's like set between 2 different timelines. So you see the past mystery, what happened to these people, like the mystery and the murders, or the disappearances, I guess. And then you're encountering this character named Stevie who's going to the Allenham Academy. She's in her first couple of days there. And she's meeting all the new people. And she's like an amateur detective, which is basically what she calls herself. She's very, very bright, and I love seeing her put like clues together, even not about a mystery, but just like how she observes the world. It's super well done. I'm really excited. I hope to really get much farther into this today and maybe make it to at least 50%. Because I love thrillers and I love mysteries. I think that this book is just going to capture me once I get to the heart of the mystery. So I will try to check back in throughout the day. I don't know. I'm probably gonna do the whole week and then I'll probably end this. My reading-a-thon was a little bit jux, like it was whenever I read Cinda Williams Chima books, they're not really a book that I should binge read. And I think I've said this before. I said this in my last readathon that I did, because they're books that you really need to like read a couple chapters, sit and go do something. But I was so determined to finish it before 2819 that I think it wasn't the best binge worthy book, I would say. But this definitely was. If I would have read this, I think I probably would have finished it. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited I'm reading Truly Devious as my first read of the year. I've also made so much update progress. I have prepped all my Instagram posts and all my blog posts for this week, which is one of my goals for 2019, to be more organized in my posting on all my social media channels. So make sure you're following me below on my Instagram and on my blog, because I'm posting more consistently there. I did also decide to join again the backlist reading challenge, which I am doing from Novel Night, and I'm doing a couple of other reading challenges that I'll probably do a video maybe in a week or so. I didn't get to film them when I wanted to. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Truly Devious, and I'll check back in when I've made a little bit more progress. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. Sorry for the lack of clips yesterday. I was doing a bunch of stuff and I just wanted to update, get as much reading done as I could, so I forgot to update before I went to bed, which I apologize for. But I am here to check in. I had a successful day back at school, and I have got I think I'm on page 62 of this book. 62% at least, of this book. I'm trying to get to the screen for you guys. But now it won't come on because it wants it to. But it's getting really interesting, and the two timelines are becoming much more intricate, which I'm really liking. There has been some murdering that occurs, which I really I didn't know to expect that, so that kind of took me like off guard. And I'm definitely unsure of where this mystery is going. But I'm really liking it. It's a really, really fast-paced read, and I just really want to just read it. So I actually am going to go back and try to read a little bit more, and I will check back in before I go to bed. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, I'm checking back in. I did wind up finishing Truly Devious last night. I find when I read on my Kindle and I get to like 70%, I always power through, because it just seems like a shorter length of pages to read, and it's probably just as much as like reading like a physical book. But whenever I get to that number on a Kindle, I always like speed through. I actually really liked it. I thought that was like a really tightly wound mystery. And I really enjoyed it. I thought the setting was really cool, and I really like Stevie, our main character. I thought that you could tell it's definitely like a Sherlock Holmes inspired novel, and she's like a very like interesting character that has some of the traits that you would expect to see in a Sherlock Holmes. But I really did like her. And I thought that, like, the characters she interacted with were really interesting. There was a couple of really, like, just unexpected turns the story took towards the end that, like, really had me intrigued. And I'm very curious to see what happens in book 2. And that comes out at the end of the month, and I am going to an event, for that as well. So I'm excited to see her again. I met her a long time ago, but I'm actually really enjoying this series. And it reminds me that I really do need to go back and finish the Name of the Star series that she also writes. And I also did make some progress on Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I was listening to it on the subway, and I like could not hear like 30 minutes of my book, so I like retreated back a little bit so I could reread it. But yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking the connections that we're having with more City of like City of Bones characters. We're seeing Clary and Jace a lot. I wonder if we'll ever get to see Simon, because he's like one of my favorite characters. So I'm really excited to see how that book turns out. It's like a 22-hour audiobook, so it's probably going to take me a while, and I really do also need to start Thorn of Glass, so I might actually start listening to that this weekend. And I did start Dreamfall by Amy Plum. My cover's over there. This is a book, it's like a really, really short book. I think this book is like just about 300 pages, and it's basically about these 4 or 5 kids, and they have chronic insomnia, so they wind up going into this treatment place that is going to try to cure their insomnia. And then suddenly they get trapped in their dream worlds. So it sounds really cool. I'm like, it's really, really scary right now. Like, it's a really short book. I'm hoping I can read a majority of this tonight because it is so short, and there is a sequel that my friend got me for Christmas this year. But I'm literally only like 46 pages in. But right now they're just stuck in their dream worlds, and there's three characters together, and then there's one character outside in the real world watching all this happen. It's really interesting, and I'm normally get scared really easily, so hopefully this does not give me nightmares tonight. But I will check back in hopefully before I go to bed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, Lori here. Sorry I didn't update yesterday. I was trying to get as much stuff done so I could actually have a weekend. This week is also when I am casting my show for the first time. I am doing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, so I'm super excited about that, and I'm just trying to prep myself as best I can. Which is really exciting. I did make some more progress on Dreamfall. I'm now on page 188. I'm intrigued by it. I'm liking it. You're definitely getting, like, pieces of a story. Like, basically it follows these 5 characters, and they're all in this sleep study because they all have really bad problems sleeping, and the sleep study kind of goes wrong, and there's a power outage at the start of the book. So they're trapped in their dreams, and they have no memory of why they're there. So you follow 3 characters. You follow Katya, Fergus, and Jamie. And Jamie's actually a teen that's on the outside of this, watching what is happening, and you are following these 2 teens as they fall through these nightmares. And it's really compelling. I wish I felt a little bit more connected to the characters, and that's why I really do like Jamie's point of views, because you do get like their history, but I feel like I'm not as connected to the characters as I could have been. So I am going to try to read a little bit more. I have to also film a few more videos, so I'm fully up to date this month, and take my Instagram photos for this week. But yeah, I've definitely been doing better with my posting and stuff, so I just want to keep following on that track. So I'm going to go back and do some vlog stuff, and then I'm going to hopefully read. It's really a rainy and rather terrible day here, so hopefully I can get some reading done, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, Laura here. I'm back to end this reading vlog. I did want to finish Dreamfall last night by Amy Plum. I actually really I enjoyed this book. I wouldn't say I love this book, but I think I like this book. It basically follows these 5 characters, Katya, Fergus, and 5 other teens who volunteer to take part in a sleep study program because they basically are having a hard time sleeping. Something happens at the start of this book that causes them to basically be stuck in their nightmares. And you follow 2 characters, Fergus and Katya, who are in the experiment, and you follow someone named Jamie who's like outside the experiment. And overall, I thought it was a really interesting thriller. I thought the dream worlds were really interesting. I just didn't feel super connected to, like, any of the characters. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. But I grew to become a little bit more invested towards the end of the novel, and I really enjoyed just seeing how the characters interacted with each other. And there was a couple of, like, surprising twists at the end of it as well that I really liked. I'm really excited for book 2. I just wish I was a little bit more invested in the characters, to be honest. And the ending I thought had some rushed moments. But overall, I liked it. I would say I gave it like 3 stars, and I will definitely be reading Never Wake soon. But this was an okay read. Definitely, right now my favorite book of the year was definitely Truly Devious. This was probably like a second favorite, but I did like it. And then I wound up choosing my next book, and that is The Burning Maze by Rick Riordan. My cover is over there. I'm now on page 50, and I love these books. I love falling back into this world. I'm really loving Apollo as, like, a narrator. And Grover came back in this book, so that was actually super exciting. But yeah, I'm going to end this reading vlog here, and then I'm going to go start a new one later on tonight. Yeah, so in this reading vlog, I finished reading The Sorcerer's Heir. I read Truly Devious, which those I started in 2018. And then my first 2 reads of 2019 was Truly Devious, Dreamfall, and now I'm starting The Burning Maze. So let me know in the comments what you have read this week in the first week of January, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!